So my name is Hunter Remick, and for my senior seminar project, I decided to explore the benefits of outdoor exercise. So to get started, I have a quote by Kevin Loria, a writer covering science and health for Business Insider. He stated that many people spend workdays indoors, under fluorescent lights, and in front of computers, then return home to bask in the glow of television screens. But research suggests it's important to make time to get outdoors as well, since doing so is beneficial, maybe even essential for human health. I have firsthand experience to support this quote, which is why before I get into my research, I would like to share some of my background with you. So, throughout my entire life, I've always had a passion for outdoor exercise, and some of the activities include hiking, running, and skiing. And when I first came to high school, I made the decision to join both the cross-country team and the Nordic skiing team. This was a very good decision, now looking back at it. So, aside from the good social aspect of them, I learned to appreciate outdoor exercise a lot more through doing them, more so than I ever would have without doing them. And when trying to figure out a project to do at the beginning of the semester, I struggled. But I began to think more about what I really like to do personally and what I enjoy doing. So I told myself that I liked outdoor exercise, but after some thought, I really didn't know what to do with that. So I began thinking about why I enjoy doing it. Sure, I could get in better shape through doing it. That's not separate in itself from indoor exercise. I can do that through indoor exercise as well. So what specifically separates indoor exercise from outdoor exercise? So after bouncing back and forth between benefits to talk about, I decided to talk about two specific ones that I believe would have the most impact to talk about during my presentation today. So these two benefits include outdoor exercise improving one's ability to focus and their overall mindset. So although I believe these benefits are true, and my past experience has led me to believe that, my previous experience isn't enough to get most of you out there and actually try to see the benefits yourself, which is why I have some research to back it up. So the first benefit I would like to talk about is how outdoor exercise can improve one's ability to focus. So I have a quote here. According to Jared Noonan, who works in the design department at South University, children with ADHD seem to focus better after being outdoors. It may be a stretch to say this applies to adults, but if you have trouble concentrating, outdoor activity may help. So reflecting on this, ADHD is a lifelong condition that has no cure, and there are medications people can take, but those only manage the symptoms of it, and those medications can oftentimes be pretty expensive. So after thinking about it, I realized that outdoor exercise could be a really natural way to not avoid but manage the symptoms of ADHD at essentially no cost. And so, although right now I'm talking about children with ADHD, I believe this can be applied to people without the condition as well. And this is why I think you guys need to give it a chance and go, if it has the possibility of improving your ability to focus, I think you guys need to go try it out yourselves, because it can have an improvement in your focus can have more benefits than you would think. It can improve productivity, so that can help you whatever you're doing in your daily lives, such as your job. So moving on, the next benefit I would like to talk about is how it can improve one's mood. So I did some research, and I found a study conducted by the Nature of Americans, which is a national organization that's goal is to connect Americans with nature. And so this study consisted of asking children questions about the benefits of nature. And so taken from the graph above, you can see right there, 95% said that nature makes them feel happier, and 91% said that nature makes them feel happier when they were previously sad. And so what I gathered from that, that's a major percentage that really were affected by the outdoors greatly and just being in that environment. So I believe this study can be used to support just how much outdoor exercise can improve one's mindset. If it affected them positively, it could affect you all the same way. So now I'd like to talk about what I did for my project. I knew going into the project at the beginning of the year that I wanted to have a meaningful impact, and I wanted my project to be just as meaningful. So I decided to host a walk here at BHS and the trails surrounding it. This was a challenge, as I had never hosted an event before, but with the help of my senior STEM teacher, Ms. Mullins, my mentor, Mr. Groves, and my family members, I was able to be, in my opinion, successful. So with hosting an event for the first time, I wasn't really sure what the preparation was going to include, but with the help of my resources around me, I determined that it came down to two major things, and this was advertising and preparing the trails for the walk. So this advertising, I learned, included making a Google form to send out to all the students in the school, as you can see right there. And then I also made flyers that I put up around the school. And I hope that this would gather some attention. And so the actual trail work aspect of it, I spent the majority of my senior STEM hours cleaning up the trails, and when it came time closer to the walk, I made arrows on the trails, so people would find it pretty easy to have a good experience and find their way along the path. So the final result. So eventually the day of the walk came, and I felt like I was pretty confident. I was pretty prepared for it. So one of the uncontrollable challenges, unfortunately, that I believe played a factor in limiting the amount of people that came to my walk was the weather. It was very cold and windy on that Sunday morning. And so going into this project, my main concern wasn't the amount of people that actually attended, but it was more to prove to myself that I was actually capable of hosting an event, something I'd never done before. And so after my walk, I looked for feedback from the people that took part in my walk, and a lot of the feedback lined up with at least one of my benefits, and that one was outdoor exercise improving one's mindset. And so at the end, I learned through doing this project that with enough dedication, I can overcome a challenge that I haven't faced before. And I can do that as well using the resources around me. So with having completed this project, I have wondered lately what message I could leave you all with that would have the most impact. I came up with this. If you don't do outdoor exercise regularly, then you should try to do it more often. If you do outdoor exercise more consistently, you will see the benefits I've talked about today. You will notice the effect it will have in your life. Thank you. Are there any questions?